Your Lean, Six Sigma, whatever tool you use in English, TOC or project management, you name anything. What is the difference? In normal traditional improvement, you want something to happen. After happening, you go and do the corrective and preventive action. That is what you do in normal traditional improvement. When I talk about zero defect, before you start the event, do the work, you will think and brainstorm what could go wrong. Before starting the work, you put everything in place. Just for classic example, you are inviting outsider to deliver the speech. You are supposed to expect network connectivity to come. I need to have at least 2 network connections. I need to have at least 2 hosts. While speaking, such kind of interruption will come. Okay, that gentleman has sent the PPT. Did I do a trial with him before the talk? So that one-on-one 5 minutes, he will check the PPT, he will say yes, it is working, I am all set already. This is not if you have done it in the morning before the session. That is called risk-based thinking. What we did, that is traditional improvement. Speaker came, we made him to wait. All such things. This is the difference between the zero defect thinking and the traditional way of doing the thinking. Okay, this I already spoke. In traditional improvement, waiting for something to happen and see why it happened and try to remove the causes so it cannot happen again. In zero defect thinking, what do you want to happen? What could go wrong? And eliminate and reduce the likelihood of going wrong. And then manage the process, use this feedback. This is all about zero defect thinking. And before I talk about zero defect thinking, this is supposed to be my first slide. But sometimes people may not like history and the creator of the history. People think it is a theoretical session. But still, it's my duty to respect the gentleman. Please be grasping. I have got many quality mentors like Pulak Sen Gupta was my first quality hero. S.D. Janagiraman from HL was my Indian sensei. And Dr. Shyam Viswanathan for my value coach. I was trained in different way. And Professor Magadevan from IIM Bangalore, without putting his name, I am incomplete when I talk about operation excellence. What I am today, it made out of some guru's advice. So what he says, he is the gentleman who introduced the word zero defects in the year 1961. It is very old, and they made it happen in Western Bell Laboratories. Quality is defined as conformance to customer requirement, and customer requirement is changing every day. What was acceptable to a customer yesterday, the same thing is not acceptable today. There was a time you had a black and white TV, solitaire TV, but today will you watch the TV? You went to color TV, you went to flat, what else, touch screen. So every day it's changed. And defect prevention, not inspection to ensure quality. That is where we would like to emphasize. And then the last one is quality is measured through cost of poor quality. I remember even today, we spend more time on at least 50% of our time in organization spent on correcting the things which already went wrong. We don't have time to do the thing first time right, but we have time 50% of our daily time to correct the thing which went wrong before. That logic really I could not understand. Okay, these are the history, whatever I just said the context. I think I may have another 10 minutes. So now I will tell you what you need to do to get there. That is the importance of this session. So if you want to achieve zero defect, first you need to get the zero defect definition right. What is your definition of zero defects? Simple way. Zero inconvenience, no inconvenience to your customer. Practical way. No need to tell this, that and all. No discomfort to my customer. That's all. It could be anything. When I talk about zero discomfort, it could be anything. I will talk about this. Okay, there are 5 enablers to achieve zero defects. That is what in my life I understood. And thanks to Rolls-Royce, which trained me on zero defect, took me to UK and trained me again, brought me here. And I did India zero defect program for 6 suppliers. After 2 years and 10 months, 2 of my suppliers became a real zero defect supplier. Both in process rejection 0, customer end line rejection 0. Somebody says to me, zero defect is not possible. but I always think it is possible. First enabler is the organizational production system. That is what we call Toyota production system, or I call it Rolls-Royce production system. And in future I am going to create Omium production system for my company. Because I don't know how many of you know about my company. My company Omium, Energa Omium, is a pioneer in green revolution. You are going to play and playing a vital role in India or the global hydrogen mission. Our company is the first company to set up green hydrogen ecosystem in India, and it's proud of you. Many people from this room, you people are contributing to this without knowing that you are contributing to national green hydrogen mission. Nobody is there. You are the first one to start, and you are the first one to inspect. So you are the pioneer. Proud to say that you are working on the cutting edge technology. So first one is you need to set the production system, and second one is very important. We call it human factor. Lack of something, more of something. Lack of communication, more of pressure, lack of awareness, lack of knowledge, lack of assertiveness to say something wrong is wrong. I was brought up, whenever I see a wrong thing, I give the honest feedback and go. Next day, if you come and ask me, I would forget what feedback I gave you yesterday. Then and there itself, something like you prepare food at home, in the end of the day, what you do? You clean it. So whatever carbon deposits were there, get clean. That way you need to give the proper feedback. That's why they say in human factors, lack of 6 things, more of 6 things. And then this is very important. Just culture we call it. Open and transparent culture. When you do a wrong thing, stand up in the system, tell it went wrong. And your management should empower you to tell that. It happened to me. My first job was to clear MiG-21 factory aircraft flight in HAL Nasik division. While I was doing this, it was single pilot. Everything was pakka. I have a thumbs up, yes, pilot can come. Then I just jumped out of the cockpit. Those days I was wearing a watch. Pin broke. That pin fell inside the cockpit. Then immediately I called my boss and told this is what happened. He told him, church. Only one person can inside be there and do it. We church. We could not get it. I know pilot is approaching. Pursuit, wing commander Jordan. That day happened to be my boss. AGM quality was just approaching that format. Then I went to him, sir, this is what happened, sir. I said, oh yes. Immediately I pat on the shoulder, thank you, Mani. That is happened to be, I think, last week of March. We have to meet our physical and financial target. He appreciated him, pat on the shoulder. He told that he went to the pilot, he spoke, he called the GM, the flight is abandoned. I felt very guilty. Then it took for them 14 days to identify the pin. It was taken to the seat lowering bay, they removed the seat, then they found out. Imagine if I did not tell, maybe first flight or second flight, it will go on obstruct any one of the control system. Then I cannot imagine. Imagine what kind of damage it will cause to the society and the life of pilot. So sometimes in the system, if you do a wrong thing, please stand up and tell I did the wrong thing. To do that, we need a just culture, right culture, which I saw in HAL. And the fourth skill is project management. See, project management is not a professional skill, no more. It is a life skill. That's why countries like USA, they teach project management at the age of 14 years. They believe if the child learns project management at the age of 14 years, he or she would become a successful person in life. And the last one is zero defect toolkit. Where do we go wrong while doing the zero defect journey? People, without looking at the first 4 enablers, they directly go to the 5th enabler. Oh, apply APQP. They do everything without forgetting. See, it's again system. Little while before our speaker Badmu, he was telling about system discipline. So here all the 5 should function in an integrated way. Something like you cannot say my eye is working, I am normal. If you want to be, in order to become a normal person, all the parts in your body should work in harmony. That is what it all about. But still, I would like to talk little bit about the zero defect toolkit, because many of you are doing the inspection activity in the organizations. The important is, first design has to be right. Most of the time we may not get the design right first time out. But most of the time you people play a vital role in process design. Something like process FMEA, control plan, error proofing, MSA, you need to have the process capability. And you should do some kind of control charts. Even in OMM, we ask people to do the control chart and present the process capability. People are sharing all the data with us. You do everything, but still things go wrong. I honestly admit things still go wrong. To correct that, we have AD problem solving. But after doing the problem solving, the lessons we need to feed back to designers and the processors. Most of the time, this feedback does not go to the designer. When I did the zero defect program for 3 long years in Rolls-Royce, that is the place we noticed. So most of the action fell on us. We thought customer would do zero defects, but end of the day we did zero defects. Then what do you mean by zero defects? So before, what did I do in the 3 years? I will take you quickly. The first year I spent on zero defect culture building and quick wins. That's all, only culture building. Create the zero defect vision, develop the zero defect plan, and identify the mandatory training, train all the leadership on the zero defect 1-day program, and train the trainer, and solve the immediate burning issue in the organization. Then only people will start believing the zero defect program is working. End of the day, we have to make money to pay the salary. So that is important. We did this. It took complete 1 year for me. And the second year, what did I do? We selected 2 parts. We requested all the suppliers identify 2 critical parts where they get maximum profit. And we made them to achieve zero defect in the selected 2 parts, so that the company will realize the financial benefits. So end of the second year, and the selected parts we called it lighthouse part, they achieved zero defects. Then in the third year we told them, you achieved a zero defect in the selected part, you got lot of benefit. Why can't you go and do the horizontal deployment? This is what we did. But when we talk about zero defect, it is not only the product quality. Even everybody spoke. Quality means no more product quality. It's not homogeneous. Product quality, service quality, and process quality all should go together. So you need to achieve zero defect in at least 4 levels: information quality, product quality, service quality, and delivery quality. All are interlinked. So when we developed the zero defect program, we identified the actions where we fail, where we have the potential to fail. That is how it became a risk-based thinking. So if you look at this is the last but one slide, I think I can close it on time. The first thing is design validation. If design does inadequate failure analysis, it will transfer to manufacturing. Then in case design is perfectly okay, production did not work according to the work instruction or SOP, there would be some problem. Then it comes to inspections. Like you people, you do inspection, you also did not notice. Then what happens? It goes to assembly. During assembly and testing, you think a 19 desire chalega. Then everything put together, what becomes? It becomes a big disaster to any organization. One day like this, I was doing a zero defect session for ISRO scientists. Few months ago, before this session, that happened to be World Quality Day. They told me, I asked them, you are already zero defect, why do you want to know about zero defect? They stood up and told, sir, we are not that much zero defect, sir. One of our satellite launch was successful, but mission failed. Then they were open and they came to me and told me, no sir, it reached the altitude, 2 heat shields were there, supposed to get separated after reaching certain altitude. That thing did not take place. Then upon the launch they understood there is a pipe which carries 10 mm ID. After the launch only 7 mm was available, so insufficient pressure to separate the heat shields. Launch was successful. Then they went and did the investigation. There was again something like our first inspection. I don't know who was there. That guy every day takes 5, there is one 10 ball, put inside the ball, that ball should free flow. Every day he is doing this activity, he never detected any problem. Then he thought, procedure, work instruction, I'll leave it here, my experience is wealth. He took it and see, oh, through and through gold. Okay, I am seeing the other side, clear it. He started doing this. That is what I told, lack of awareness. He does not know if something goes wrong, what would happen to the satellite. Even big disasters did not happen because of the big reasons. It happens only because of small reasons. The attention to detail. So whatever activity you do, see to that should be done at zero defects. Whether you are writing the mail, at least think from the other person's perspective. I am writing this email, whether the other person can interpret in the same way how I am interpreting. Think about this before you shoot the mail. Your intention is very correct. This is one of my feedback when I got it while I was there in SL. When you are just breaking the coconut without bringing the other man on the same platform. So before you play the cricket, you have to make the pitch all right now. You cannot go and play in the rough surface. Please think, whatever activity you do, whether it is small or big, see to that, without any error, please do it. There should not be any rework on the job you have done. You send a report, I ask this data is missing, that data is missing, goes back and forth. That's what I am telling. You and me don't have time to do the job first time right. End of the day, for 10-minute job, you are spending one whole day. And disturbing 10-20 people in the system. And today, if you look at the supply chain, 60% of the customer dissatisfaction or disruption, you name any word, caused by a quality defect, happened somewhere in the supply chain. It could be your production process or your inspection process. Somebody missed it, everybody is fighting. The company is unnecessarily spending more than 20% of the revenue on correcting the thing which went wrong. Then how can you expect a bonus and salary hike? Think about that from the owner's perspective. That is where leaders like Kamaji and others are telling about entrepreneurship. Today people talk about if you have an entrepreneurship skill, you'll get a job in most of the companies. So with this, I stop my session. I request each one of you to come and join the zero defect movement. It's a movement. Like I told the Gandhiji started the Dandi March. The mass will gather as you progress. With this, I conclude my session. If you have any questions, I am glad to take.